It was a chilly spring evening in Chicago, the kind where the wind seemed to whip between the tall buildings and settle deep in the bones. The sidewalks were alive with their usual rhythm, footsteps hurrying home from work, cars honking impatiently, the distant wail of a siren threading through the hum of the city. But on one particular street corner, a small scene was unfolding that would soon touch the hearts of thousands far beyond that block. An 8-year-old boy named Mateo stood with his mother, clutching a small wallet that contained his birthday money, exactly $23, folded neatly in crisp bills. He had received it from family members only a week before, and ever since, he had been quietly deciding what to do with it. Like most children, he had plenty of ideas: a new toy car, a box of Legos, maybe even saving toward a video game he'd been eyeing. But Mateo was not like most children. As they walked down the street, Mateo's eyes caught sight of a woman near the corner. She wasn't just standing there. She was selling small packs of candy from a worn plastic bag, her hands red from the cold. Her clothes were layered but threadbare, her hair tucked under a knit cap that had seen better days. At her feet sat a small cardboard sign with uneven handwriting: "Homeless. Trying to feed my baby. God bless you." The word struck Mateo harder than the wind ever could. He tugged at his mother's sleeve. "Mom," he whispered, "she has a baby." His mother nodded sadly, explaining in the way only parents can, trying to balance honesty with gentleness. "Yes, sweetheart. Sometimes people don't have homes or enough money for food. She's trying to earn what she can." Mateo stood still, staring at the woman. She noticed his gaze and offered a small smile, one that was both kind and weary at once. She held out a pack of candy. $1, she said softly. Most people walked by. Some turned away. But Mateo didn't. He looked down at his wallet. $23. His birthday money. Money he had imagined spending on himself. But in that moment, something shifted. "Mom," he said, his voice quiet but certain, "I want to give her my money." His mother blinked, taken aback. "All of it? Are you sure, Mateo?" He nodded firmly. "She needs milk for her baby. I can buy toys another time, but her baby needs milk today." There was no hesitation in his eyes, only the clear, pure logic of a child's compassion. While adults might weigh pros and cons, calculate expenses, or wonder about motives, Mateo saw only a simple truth. Someone needed help, and he had the means to give it. His mother's heart swelled with pride. She crouched down to meet his gaze. "If that's what you want to do, then let's do it together." Mateo approached the woman, his small hands holding out the wallet. "Here," he said shyly. "This is for you. So you can buy milk for your baby." The woman froze, staring at the child in disbelief. She expected perhaps $1, maybe $2 at most. But when she saw the bills, $23 in total, her eyes filled with tears. "Oh, honey," she whispered, her voice trembling. "Are you sure?" "This is too much." Mateo shook his head. "It's not too much if your baby needs it." The woman covered her mouth with her hands, her shoulders shaking as silent sobs escaped. She bent down and hugged the boy, holding on as if he were a lifeline. Around them, passers-by slowed, watching in awe at the unlikely exchange, a homeless mother and a little boy, both finding warmth in a moment of human connection on a cold Chicago street. "God bless you," the woman whispered, her tears falling into Mateo's hair. "You don't know what this means." Mateo's mother, moved by what had just happened, recorded part of the moment on her phone, not to boast, but to capture the purity of her son's act. Later that night, she shared the video with a small caption. "Today, my son Mateo gave away all of his birthday money to a homeless woman so she could buy baby milk." Sometimes children remind us of what really matters. She thought only family and friends would see it. But within hours, the video spread across social media like wildfire. People shared it, commented on it, and wrote messages of admiration for the boy who had chosen compassion over toys. News outlets picked it up, and soon Mateo's name was appearing in headlines. 8-year-old Chicago boy gives birthday money to homeless woman. Messages flooded in from strangers. Some offered to send Mateo gifts to replace what he had given away. Others donated to local shelters and food banks in his honor. A few even admitted that his act had made them rethink their own choices that day, choosing to buy an extra meal for a stranger or offer money to someone in need when asked why he did it. Mateo's answer was simple, almost disarmingly so. "She needed it more than me," he said. "I can wait to get toys. Babies can't wait for food." His words, unpolished and straightforward, carried a wisdom far beyond his years. It was the kind of wisdom adults often complicate, but children seem to grasp instinctively. That kindness is not about grand gestures or perfect timing. It's about seeing a need and choosing to meet it. Reporters eventually found the woman, whose name was Maria. She explained that she had fallen on hard times after losing her job and apartment. With no family nearby, she struggled to support her infant daughter. Selling candy on the streets was her only means of survival. She spoke of the moment Mateo gave her the money with tears streaming down her face. "That little boy reminded me that there are angels in this world. I thought nobody saw me anymore, but he did, and he saved me that day." For Maria, the 23 had meant more than food. It meant hope. It meant someone cared. And sometimes that is enough to keep a person moving forward. The story of Mateo's gift rippled far beyond Chicago. In schools, teachers used it as an example to show children how small acts of kindness can create real change. In churches and community groups, people repeated his words, "Babies can't wait for food," as a reminder of priorities. Parents everywhere used the story to talk with their children about empathy, generosity, and the difference between wants and needs. And many adults, jaded by the busyness of life, found themselves inspired to look at the world with the simplicity of a child again. What struck people most was not the amount, $23 is not a fortune, but the sacrifice. For an 8-year-old, it represented the world, toys, games, little pleasures he had been anticipating. Giving it all away was not just generous. It was transformative. Chicago, like many cities, struggles with homelessness. Thousands of families face nights without secure shelter, and many children grow up in circumstances like Maria's baby. Mateo's act did not solve these problems, but what it did do was shine a light on them, bringing humanity to statistics. Often we walk past people on the streets without looking. We grow numb to their signs, their outstretched hands, their quiet pleas. But Mateo reminded the world that behind every cardboard sign is a story, behind every tired face is a person, and behind every ask is a child, a mother, a father, simply trying to survive. Weeks later, Mateo celebrated again, not with toys but with new friends. His family helped connect Maria with local organizations that provided shelter, food, and baby supplies. When asked what he wanted for his next birthday, Mateo smiled shyly and said, "Maybe just a cake. The rest we can give to people who need it." His mother looked at him with tears in her eyes. "You've already given me the best gift, Mateo. You reminded me, and so many others, what kindness really looks like." And so, the story of an 8-year-old boy with $23 became something much larger. A reminder that sometimes the smallest hands can carry the greatest lessons. In a world often clouded